And we received a phone call to be part of first lecture, and I was so enthusiastic, I said yes right away, and then I hung up the phone and realized school doesn't start until August 22nd, and first lecture is on August 19th. So I met with my staff because they come in on August 1st and said we need to kind of plan something for first lecture and figure out what we were going to do. The first suggestion was the teachers and I sing and dance, and we eliminated that right away and said, thank you, I appreciate the support. And so we said, well, we're going to have to cut vacation short for a few kids, and so the teachers picked up the phones, made some phone calls, and one of our teachers made the suggestion. Many of you that are going out into the classrooms or that have been in the classroom before know that you sometimes use a book to stimulate thought, to maybe connect learning in the classroom. And one of our teachers said, have you ever read the book, Dear Mr. Blueberry? And I said, most of us had not heard of the book. And I should have, because it was written a long time ago. But we use this book, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, as a springboard for our students. And basically, Mr. Blueberry is a teacher. And Mr. Blueberry receives a letter from one of his students. It was long before Google was invented. And he writes a letter to her in the summer, it's vacation time, and it says, Dear Mr. Blueberry, I love whales very much, and I think I saw one in my pond today. Please send me some information on whales. It's vacation time, so Emily had to write to her teacher to help her discover the blue whale was living in her pond. Mr. Blueberry answered that she must be mistaken because whales live in an ocean, they don't live in a pond. Throughout the summer, Emily and Mr. Blueberry exchanged letters until Emily was happily surprised to share with her teacher. In the process, Emily learned a lot about whales, but Mr. Blueberry learned a lot as well. He learned about imagination, faith, and love. So we took this book and asked our students to think about questions they would ask their teachers. And they're students from kindergarten through 5th grade, and these are questions that they came up with, worked with our teachers to kind of spruce them up a bit. And then we had one of our 5th graders who we gave her the questions, and she sat and wrote kind of a thoughtful response about how teachers may or may not respond to those questions. And we're going to present that to you today, and then we're going to end the presentation with a poem written by 2 of our students. They are current 5th graders, soon to be 6th graders, and they were inspired by the writing of Bev Doolittle and Elise McClay from the book, The Earth is My Mother. So I present to you the charter school students, Aurelia. I know you've been waiting a long time. Naomi, Tate, Gianna, Cole, Bryce, Sophia, and Nora.
Would you tell her to put it away, or would you find a way to put the bug in your plan for the day?
Dear teacher, when you say my whole entire name, does that mean trouble?
Dear teacher, will you inspire me to be creative, to explore, and to take risks?
Will you stimulate my thinking by introducing me to abstract art, letting my artistic creations to develop? Dear teacher, did you know that you have to use math to keep score in sports competitions? Can we incorporate baseball when learning addition?
If I had to swim against the tide, would you teach me to use my own voice to speak against the norm and impact the world in a positive way?
Would you teach her to succumb to the critical eye of society or see the world change for the better through someone who dared to try?
Will you allow me to think for myself explore authors' techniques used to write books, and celebrate my trial and error while investigating new ideas?
Would you demand he sit down and endure the preordained truth? Or would you work through the problem in a new and innovative way?
What would you do?
My name is Sophia.
And I'm Nora.
Our teachers inspired this poem, and we dedicate it to each and every one of you, our future teachers who will motivate children to take on challenges humankind have never faced before.
My teacher is my mother. I say teach me. She opens the doors to knowledge and creativity. Then she lets me make my own discoveries.
I say challenge me. She tells me about climate change, other global challenges, and the consequences our choices have.
I say uplift me. She shows me the beauty and grace of this magnificent earth.
I say prepare me. She gives me confidence, understanding, empathy, and the ability to reason in order to carve my own path.
I say nurture me. She wraps me in a blanket of contentment and lays me on a pillow of hope.
I say understand me. She lets me break down my walls of insecurities and inspires the desire to express the thoughts and feelings tormenting my mind.
I say free me, and she releases me into the world, knowing that she has provided me the tools to sculpt myself into a person who is ready to explore the challenges and create the opportunities for a better world.
Thank you.
Can you hear me now? It's not on. Technical glitch. Thank you, University of Houston Charter School. Let's give them another round of applause. They literally gave up their last summer morning of summer vacation to be with us. So we greatly appreciate you guys being here. I'm Bob McPherson. I'm Dean of the College of Education. Good morning, University of Houston College of Education. Hey. Glad to see you all here today. I want to recognize some special guests before we get started. Coming to us from the Houston Independent School District today are Patra Brannon, Whitney Hill, and Jeff McKenna. If you guys could stand. All three of them stood. Also want to recognize our friends from Texas Tech University, Dean of the College of Education, Dr. Scott Ridley. Right back there. Dr. Katie Button, faculty member. And soon to be Dr. Sarah Beal, a doctoral student at Arizona State, but working on our U.S. prep grant. Thanks so much. Also want to recognize the world's greatest faculty. If you're a faculty member, would you please stand and let us give you a round of applause? And a very special shout out to the class of 2020. Are you here? Anybody from 2020? Well, they were invited. There we go. You represent the entire class. Yeah. Okay. So we've been doing this is the 6th year we've done the first lecture. We have tried to bring something new and different each year. I think you're going to find today's, already have found that today's performances are going to be really exciting. One quick reminder again, please don't play the drums until you're asked to, and please don't put anything wet on the top of the drum, otherwise the skins will stretch and break and the drum will explode and it'll be a mess. So we are very pleased to introduce local poet Varian Howard, known as Seven. Seven holds dual undergraduate degrees from Prairie View A&M in psychology and social work and a master's degree in counseling. He has served the Houston community for 15 years as a teacher and a counselor, and these experiences, along with his passion, for our community, allow him to paint a picture of our city's evolving landscape. His ardent and conscientious poetry covers the issues affecting our everyday lives, and in particular the lives of teachers. Please join me in welcoming Seven to the first lecture.
Good morning, how are you? I want to shout out to everybody here, my Texas Tech family and my HISD family. Public school was good to me. Didn't go to U of H, but hey. There's still time. Yeah, there's still time. So guys, my first teaching assignment after I graduated was at my alma mater, Addix Middle School. It was a bit strange because, first of all, let me say that I'm gonna say a dirty word, okay? When I came up in school, they still allowed corporal punishment. Gasp. Yeah, but now I'm sitting in the faculty meeting with the same people that used to beat me, so it was weird, you know. But I absolutely love education, ladies and gentlemen. I think that being an educator, those of you who have done your time in the classroom, is a true labor of love. It is not like corporate America at all. You know, you can't just cut it off. You go home at the end of the day with those children on your heart. So at this time, I'm going to share a piece called Love. Just follow me, okay? Now listen, I need to know that you're listening to what I'm saying, so if I say something that you like, you snap your fingers. Everybody snap your fingers. Excellent. And for those of you sitting up here, you can tap the table. Okay, cool. We're on the same page. Here we go. I love the love. And lately I've been feeling like love's in need of love. So much hate, I suffocate trying to breathe of love. I keep my hand on the plow trying to sow seeds of love, hoping they blossom beautifully where the weeds once was, because I feel that love is in need of a love so much that for me to show love is imperative. So poetically, I profusely pour love into this narrative, informative, expose, persuasive, love-related poetry by which I hope you all are persuaded to love. Love intricately, love intimately, intuitively, all-inclusively. Extend your love to someone. Love someone exclusively. Love to be affectionate. Love to kiss. Love to touch. Find someone that doesn't love themselves enough and love that person too much. To me, love is like oxygen. I simply cannot breathe without it. And I'm so madly in love with love that I'm happy to be mad about it, glad to be mad about it, emphatically ecstatic about it. And if you've ever experienced love, you know that love has a magic about it. Why, if I can measure love in time, I would seek to become timeless with the passing of every minute. And if I could swim in love, I would go so deep that it would be possible for me to drown in it, because true love is not shallow. You have to get deep down in it and submerge yourself in love large enough for the universe to spin around in it. I was told that love is blind, so sometimes I love blindly, because if you love me at 10%, it's only right that I love you back at 90. Some days, you'll have to love me at 90 because I can only supply 10. But it's cool because you're my partner, my ace, my classmate, my best friend. But then, make no mistake, love does take work. Every day won't be easy, there will be drama, but I'm talking about that 50-year anniversary love, like Papa loved Grandmama. See, that kind of love endures, and that kind of love matures, and that kind of love is unconditional, reciprocal, and reassures that love will save the day, and love will be your crutch. And if no one has told you today, let me say that I love you all this much. Thank you. The kids were taking a test, a science test, when I was teaching 6th grade science. When I wrote that, I don't understand the connection, but hey, that's where I was. when I was younger, I would go home and I would say things to my mother like, I don't think that lady likes me. And my mother would go in, you know, look here, little boy. That grown woman is not worried about you, know, and it would be crazy, you know. I felt like my feelings weren't valid, you know what I mean, with my mom, so I never brought it up again. But after I got to education and I was privy to the conversations in the teacher's lounge, I learned that some of the teachers absolutely do not like some of the students that they deal with. Hey, you know, it's just all honesty. And what I began to do, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to need this. And I don't know, did everybody get a gift bag? Oh, just me? Ha, don't worry about it. But I have a journal in my gift bag. I'm excited about that journal because what I began to do, I would journal my experiences every day through poetry. You know, we have feelings too, but a lot of times it doesn't seem like the parents get that. So I wrote a poem about what teachers would say to parents, but can't say to parents if we want to stay employed. So, yeah, it's an exercise. At this time, I just want to say that the views expressed by myself are not that of University of Houston, the College of Education, or First Lecture. Is that cool? I got it, okay. So, poem goes like this, it's called, somebody's phone, okay, I'm sorry. Poem goes like this, it's called Before the First Bell Rings, okay? Before your kids get ready for school, before your kids leave, before your kids get on the bus, before you reach for your keys, before your kids set foot in the school, before you do a thing from teacher to parent, let's get some things established before the first bell rings. First, I need a good contact number on you, your cell phone, your home, or where you work. In the event of an emergency, what am I supposed to do if your child gets hurt? I'm not a bill collector or a bugaboo. Give me the wrong phone number for what? Let's get it understood. Let it be established. Just should the teacher and parent need to stay in touch. We feed your child. Go the extra mile. Backward, we would bend. But just like we're supporting you, we need some help from you on your end. Raising a child can be a work in progress, and together any problem can be solved. But the operative word in that sentence is together. This year, I need you to be involved. Instead, you wait for something to happen. You show up uninformed and go berserk. In the office, acting all country and ghetto, throwing your hands and yelling at the clerks. And then you run up in my classroom telling me what I'm supposed to do. But the bottom line is, I spend more time with your child than you do. You don't want to be bothered at home. You let them play video games and watch DVDs. But please believe video games and DVDs won't teach them how to read. And all that hooping and hollering and huffing and puffing about nothing will get you jacked. You are the first example your child learns from. Now I see why they act the way they act. Cursing like they're grown because you curse them like they're grown. Make no mistake, I have no say in what goes on at your home, but as for me and the rest of the educators, respect is a standard, and no disrespect will be tolerated. Teach your child some manners. Teach your child something about their appearance. And you might think this is rude, but stop coming to the school in that do-rag, that house coat, and them house shoes. And I'm sick of sending progress report cards home, you want to sign a return. Then you show up the last week of school asking me why your kid didn't learn, asking me why your kid didn't pass. Half the time they weren't in class, and the other half of the time they were tardy, because you were acting thirsty last night at the party. And on that note, let me remind you that truancy is a crime. I'll tell you once, I'll tell you twice, I'm gonna put the police in your life. So I hope you get the message. It's not to be ignored. Bell's about to ring. The assignment's on the board. Thank you. Are you guys okay over there? The people from HISD are sweating. They're like, I mean, hey, it's a little honesty, you know. But, you know, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, what I really want you to walk away with is that education is the foundation of it all. I began to change my perspective. Now, let me be honest about some things. I was the kind of person, or I was the teacher, who kind of got there with the kids. I know it's terrible, terrible. But in my maturity and realizing my position, I became the teacher that was there early and the last one to leave. I began to believe in my students and my profession so much that I was excited every morning to get up. 5 o'clock in the morning, I'd get out of bed like this. I'm telling you, I was so, y'all have no idea. Listen, I felt like we as educators were superheroes. And we had the chance, the opportunity to save the world every day in our classrooms. Y'all don't get it? Okay. Yeah. I liked it so much that I made a superhero uniform. So this is my, it's old, it's faded. Can y'all see my superhero? No? Is this better? Now, you know, when you tell people you're in education, usually a pity party starts. Hey, what do you do? Oh, I'm a teacher. Oh. You know, and I stopped people from talking to me like that because I was excited about what I did. So I said, man, you know, if I could change some people's perspective about education, maybe I could change how they function in the classroom. So I wrote this piece. It is simply entitled I Teach, and it's like a superhero's creed for the classroom, for first lecture, to get you guys ready for the school year. Everybody repeat after me. Everybody say, I teach. I teach. Check it out. I was told, teachers aren't created, they are born. I am cut from a different fabric. I guess that's what makes me bona fide, certified. My classroom management is classic. Nonsense is never tolerated. Ignorance is eliminated. Illiteracy is literally a culture of the mentally incapacitated. I hate it. When students give up on themselves, I hate it when students quit before trying. Especially when cognitive thinking seems to be losing the battle and intelligence seems to be dying. So I come prepared for anything, ready to push them to their peak. I am the educator extraordinaire with these exquisite essentials I teach. I was told those that can will do, and those that can't will teach. Are you kidding me? I do the impossible in my classroom. Most of you can't do me. 180 lesson plans, 3 objectives on the board, Bobby, Bonquisha, Hector, and Kim Lynn, all on the same accord. That's 25 students in my classroom, 7 periods a day, 1 period off, 2 to 3 parent-teacher conferences to make sure we're on the same page. That's 195 students, 15 to 25 parents a week. And I don't accept excuses from either party involved, parent or student. I teach. I make the profession look good on all levels. They adore me. Elementary, middle, and high school, alternative, charter, magnet, and Montessori. Students are watching what I do, so I don't take my appearance light. That's why I dress it up like a boss, to show them what professionalism looks like. My ensemble is untouchable. My hair and shoes are on the one. It's hypocritical to tell students to dress professional if we don't show them how it's done. So you won't hear that speech about how poor I am or what I can't afford to purchase. So I step in my classroom looking like a bum. I'm doing my students a disservice. Give me lemons. I make fashionable lemonade, refreshing and magnanimously tasty. Translation, I make thrift stores, Goodwill, Target, and Walmart look like Nordstrom, Saks, or Macy's. See, when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, the day can be sweet. So my students step in my classroom and look at me, I look like I came to teach. I teach like life depended on it, and incompetence is a cancer. So I'm an oncologist in my classroom, and education is the answer. I teach with passion. I teach with purpose. I teach with wisdom because it's worth it. I teach like enlightenment is as timeless as classical music, so every note must be perfect. I'm just scratching the surface. Watch how quick I get deep. Middle of the day, prime instructional time, my principal doing walkthroughs stuck her head in to take a peek. Lights off. Students' heads were down. You couldn't hear a peep. I laid back in my seat kicked up my feet. All my students were on point. This was a dream so sweet. My principal crept up close, but before she could speak, I said, do not interrupt my lesson. I am teaching in my sleep. I'm just playing. I'm just saying. I eat, sleep, and breathe education, and I don't have to filibuster or fluff it up. You can look at my evaluations. I teach the bottom of the barrel. I teach the cream of the crop. Had a homeschool kid that was homeless, so I taught him on the block. Taught him to remove the mental blocks. We put it back together like blocks. I told him his mind was a treasure chest, and it was time to pop the lock. Any medium I can mock, I can manipulate the clock. I find beauty in ambiguity, so I teach outside the box. No pupil I can't reach. And as I close my speech, class, what's the main idea of this piece? Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Seven. We do offer doctoral degrees at the University of Houston. You would look great in red. We have classes for that. I was reminded of a teaching experience I had where my principal was walking through the halls and came by and pulled me out of the classroom and had a little window on the door, right? And so I've got my back to the door and I'm talking to him, and suddenly he starts looking over my shoulder, and I'm going, oh my God, what are they doing? And my class had decided that they would meditate. So they were all sitting there going, And he says, what is that all about? I said, I'm a psychology teacher. I'm teaching them to relax. So, yeah, great. Okay, what a wonderful presentation, Seven. Next, we'd like to introduce to you, go ahead. Go ahead. I'd like to introduce to you Drum Cafe, which was established in 1996 when Warren Lieberman decided to use drumming in a relaxed environment to break down barriers and bring people together. Inspired by the experience of communal drumming in Africa, the Drum Cafe is committed to connecting people and building teams through interactive drumming. The Drum Cafe believes that groups can create music in every way if they work together efficiently. Please join me in welcoming the Drum Cafe to the first lecture.
Waiting for the drum roll. Now we can drum. Yeah. Little boy. Good. It works. Cool. Didn't have to say a thing. How about my man Seven? Beautiful job. Well done. And look it down. Let's drum it up for all y'all. Let's see. Let's see. We've got all together coming here. How about my seniors, graduating class of 17? How about my juniors? You can be happy too. You're only a year away. Well, we can't scream. We're not graduating. Still got work to do. Sophomores? Okay. I think we had a freshman. see, guests from Tech. Lubbock in the house. Faculty and staff right here, HISD. Our beautiful charter school. Everybody ready for first lecture? Not just listening, but full kinesthetic engagement. So, everybody take that drum you have nearby and pick it up. Put it in a good drum position. Well, the players play right in your laps. You can hold it right there between your knees. Perfect, just like that. If you got understand, you got that scoot to the side. Alright, or you can play side saddle. That works as well, okay? Just nice and easy. It's not a thigh master. It's a drum. Alright? Those rings and watches that you're wearing, you might want to remove those. Put those in the same place. But they're really nice because hand them to me and I'll hang on to them to the end of the program. He's smart, huh? See the cougar? We're smart. Alright. So everybody hand up. And repeat after me. Because I'm seeing some body language out there. We're just saying, you know, you might have the wrong person. I'm not going to go into music education. I don't have any rhythm. Nonsense. We all have rhythm. But we all came from the same place. Right, moms? 9 months, give or take, just inches from your heartbeat. And you gave us a primary, innate sense of beat and rhythm. So let's all hold each other accountable to the rhythm that we possess deep within, and let's bring it to the surface, alright? So it goes like this, after me, this earth rhythm, if I can walk. Okay, Simon says, I'll say it and then you repeat it. Alright, here we go, that's the first day, we're splitting. If I can walk, or if I can breathe, then I've got rhythm. Let's demonstrate that collective sense of what we all possess to have on 5 together as one college of education. 1, 2, 3 on the drum. Again. You got it. I feel it up. Follow them. Hey, hey, hey. You ready? You ready? Everybody, come on. Don't do that. You're empowered as of right now, okay? Just the experience that communities have been leveraging for millennia, thousands of years. One of the earliest forms of learning, teaching, communicating is through the essence of low-tech tools like the drum. Because why? Sometimes, as smart as we may be in our mental capacities, that can be our obstacle. That can be our problem to change. If you're here and your mission uncharted to change the world, sometimes what's above our head keeps us from being the change we want to be, Mahatma Gandhi. Because up here is where Freud calls it our ego. Our ego lives. Everybody has one. It's a natural, blameless thing, but it wants to rear its head and protect us when we feel a little out there, a little exposed, a little bit kind of naked, figuratively. But it's that nakedness, it's that transparency, it's that authenticity which cultivates and nurtures a space for others to be some change that they're fostering, maybe not within here, but within here. Maybe it's the fire you're going to ignite. Most of these kids you see perhaps might have already their cup full, their bucket full. They've got reading, writing, arithmetic. Maybe what they lack, or maybe what they need is support and inspiration below the neckline for the fire. Fire happens here. The bucket's full up here. And the drums hit us where? Here. And that's on purpose. Because this is where we ignite communities and individuals to take some powerful action. Action doesn't happen by itself very often. Action requires courage. Where does courage live? Yeah. You feel courageous this morning? Show me. Come here with me. You know, you're all the leaders of your classroom. Seven mentioned that. You're the CEO of your classroom. You dress and walk and talk for success. But the aspect that is most important to me, what do you do with that? Yeah, my security blanket. No, we want you to get up here and be wide open to possibility. Leave that right there. In fact, we don't want you to go it alone. You have all these folks out here to help you out. So, when you know they're not, go invite an individual from the opposite gender to come up and support you in your success up here at the front of the room. Who might it be? Whoever it is you want to be, bring them up here. Whoever you want. You got 'em? Woo! Come on down, sir. You know her? Come right over here. Awesome. What's your name? James. What's your name? Kayla. I said, hi, James. Hi, Kayla. Kayla are your leaders for this next piece. All right. What do you want to do? Let's breathe. Breathe. That's a good start right there. Don't forget to breathe, okay? Now with me, let's see. Wow. Look what happened. That was easy. All right. What's on our feet there? You want to? Right foot to the right side on 5. Here we go. 1, yourselves, all right? You just did now what I told you to do. But you're your own man, you're your own woman, and from head to toe, you've got all sorts of power and value to make a major effect on these friends out here of yours. And they're going to be inspired or not, depending on your actions. Ralph Waldo Emerson says your actions speak so loudly, I don't even hear what you say. All right, so I want to see what happens below the neckline. Help them out. Give a little love here, my friends. All right. Okay. Yeah. Come on, move your feet with me. Yeah. You got it. James and Kayla, you want to meet those two? President and Vice President, before too long. I'm not talking about the student council. I'm talking about the United States of America. Respect. Thank you so much. Yeah. More on that in a second. One time on the drum. Let's get back to feeling the power of one voice, one community, one team of educators here at UH. All right, Cougars, one time on your drum. One time. One. How about two? A little slow. Day one, I know. The pace of this world and the pace of change is moving at a speed beyond what we've ever seen before. So this, we're not going to get it. That's where we're at, right? You feel me? She's like, don't stop me. I'm the drum. You want to see engagement from students, children especially, K through 5. We do programs like that all the time. We bring 300 drums to an elementary school cafeteria, and the kids, you don't have to tell them to hit the drum. They are on it right now. I love seeing the administrators, and thank you, Dr. Bruce Pearson, for your housekeeping on the drums and all. But you see all these teachers, all these administrators saying, don't play the drum until you've been told. And they're like, yeah, no, I'm playing this thing. We have 300 kids in front of them going, it's steamrolling. It's okay, let them run, let them play. That's how they learn, that's how they build. That fuels their character and their empowerment. So let's feel it twice. Back to the drum. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. You can't see, but I got goosebumps under it. Man, we do a couple hundred of these a year. Every time that happens, and everybody just pump. That's one voice, I get shivers. Let's keep rocking. Twice on the drum. 3, 2, 1. About 9 times on the drum. Wait for me. Now you're motivated. Now you're ready. All right, on 5. 1, 2, here we go. Now watch my foot. When my foot hits the floor, your hand hits the drum. Here we go. Good. You watch it. Here we go. We got one. Steady. Ready? Let's go. How's that? Welcome to First Lecture, class of the school year of 2016-17. How do you feel? You feel different? You look different. And that's what happens when you're able to express yourself fully, feel like your voice is valued, feel safe and supported in doing so. I know when you hear first lecture, you hear PowerPoint. But if you thought you were in the wrong place when you saw these drums on the floor, that's what we get when we do work with educators, corporate folks, faith-based groups, galas of all kind. Everyone has a conditioning which can be paralyzing. It keeps us in inertia, which keeps us standing right in our own two shoes, and not much change can happen from there. Change happens from courageous action. You could call that leadership. It's hard to be a leader. You got to take action that very often you don't want to do. And you have to summon the fire from under here to do what is necessary to serve your constituents. That means you have to stand up here, James and Kayla, and say, as much transparency as you can muster, these are the ABCs of me. I've got nothing to hide. The reason I bring you up here to dance is because it's adults, one of their greatest fears. You heard Miss Patricia come up here and she said, we thought we would sing or dance for you, and then we quickly said, no way. Because it's not really our thing, you know, but that's where a lot of the change that these students and these learners are kind of being guided by is your actions. The adult behavior, we believe, drives student performance. The best criticism of the bad is the practice of the good. Oppositional energy doesn't work. So what sort of cultivating are we doing? Well, this is just something that we borrowed from what's been happening for thousands of years. This is an African drum. It comes from West Africa. It's called the djembe. I lived in South Africa for a few years, shortly after the fall of apartheid. What an amazing experience I had there. Talk about a transformational place anyway. But you're there in continuous time of their history, going from a very segregationist society into a new democratic republic with their first black president, Nelson Mandela, who was working with a temporary constitution. And you realize that what the Drum Cafe did was borrow from what communities in that continent and in that country, and cultures all around the world. It's not a culture-specific experience or an ethnocentric experience. It's a human experience. And they did is said, let's go and bring the drum to touch everyone, because the drum is a universal expression or voice, one which transcends all the distinctions, all the barriers, whether real or perceived, amongst us. And we love to put those barriers up there. And sometimes it's blameless, sometimes it's purposeful. But whether it's real or perceived, think about it. Whether we're maybe freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, whether we're staff or faculty, whether we're UH or whether we're tech or we're HISD or whether we're magnet school, we're going to kind of have our view of the world, even our personal profiles. And even when we speak, those words are going to carry with them a twinge of bias, filter, a judgment, and inflection, again, in a blameless way, based on what we've been exposed to in our world. So if we are trying to paint a wide open picture of possibility for these students, what better way than to almost strip down to the center of ourselves so that we can maybe create a new possibility. And that's why the drums are so valuable in us. Thomas Merton says that sometimes we progress by subtraction more than addition. And it's like kind of going backwards and getting back to just that chord. And the drums hit us in the core, hit us in the heart, because we want to get your attention here. We want to not only keep your bucket full, we want to light that fire and keep that fire ignited. Because if it doesn't come from your heart, it doesn't go to their heart. And it's only then that they care. So we were just coming off of 2 weeks of school district convocation. We did 20 programs in 10 business days, with convocations ranging from 100, 150 teachers and faculty and staff to 1,900, all coming together. Why they invite us? What are they talking about? I'll tell you what they're talking about. Your future colleagues and peers. They're talking about relationships. That's like the very first thing they're talking about. These kids won't learn until they understand how much we care about them. And we are invited because we contend one of the most manifest places rhythm presents itself in our lives is in our relationships. So essentially, it's not about the drum or making you musicians or anything like that, but it is about bringing to some level of consciousness and trust your sensibilities around the rhythm you possess. So I'm not just playing with you when I say if you can walk or if you can breathe, then you've got rhythm. Those are rhythmic faculties. In and out, breathing, right and left, walking. We do a lot of work with physically challenged populations as well. And the important part is that we have to get out of our minds of a myopic definition of what rhythm is, our musical sensibilities, and understand that relationships, we know when we're on, and we know when we're off, and we know when we're gelling, and we know when we've got a little wrinkle of disharmony amongst us. We understand that at home, perhaps, with our spouses, our children, and our parents. But wherever you go, there you are. So professionally, somewhere along the line, someone said that there's no room for rhythm or spirit in our professional organizations. And that's why the corporate folks are keeping us busy all year long. I'm an old corporate guy. You know, I've got an MBA in international business. I've worked on 4 different continents. And this is what I'm doing now because this is our little project to help effect change in the world. Because we walk into, normally when we walk into an event, we don't tell them we're there. If I tell a group that the drum cafe's inside, and they might drum, and they might sing, and they might dance, they won't come. Because it's going to put them way out of their box. And their ego's going to kick in and say, don't do that. You're not going to look so, right? James and Kayla, when I came up there and said, come down here, your first response was probably, we saw it in the body language, right? They're like, oh, man, that changed the world today. I saw your bucket full, but I didn't see your fire burning. The Kayla came down here, and it was even hard enough for you to go recruit someone, right? I said, you know what, I'll go ahead and throw myself under a bus. But now I got to ask somebody else, dude. That's the hard part. How do I get more people on board? And so she brought James down here and Kayla down here, and it's what they model for you that says, follow me. If we get 1 and 2 and 3 people doing that, then it was your spirited action which started to get people's attention. We know you're smart up here, but this is also where fear lives. Down here is where we're courageous and passionate and love lives. This is where we say no. This is where we say yes. This is where we say do. This is where we say don't. And so that's why we have, I'm not saying get rid of this. We need this. It's about managing the paradox of both and. And it's no longer either or. And so that's how we have to approach education. Everything in an inclusive way can be valuable for these kids. And once we get around that, any talk, any exclusionary language just sort of stops making sense. And that's why this idea of making music together is a wonderful embodiment, not only of collaboration and cooperation, which is the other thing they're really talking about in the school districts now, in professional learning communities, and they're doing that cross-discipline. It's not just the math department, the science department, social departments. It's cross-learning, professional learning communities, sharing best practices, and that's what music is all about. Together, in aggregate, in one space, succeeding or not. As an old corporate guy, they used to give me team building programs. I hated them. I'd run right through a wall if they mentioned team building. Because they were so just, corny and silly, and I can't believe I'm doing this now for my living. But this is powerful and empowering. Because when they did team building in my old world, they would split us all up, give us different colored t-shirts, have us compete against one another, stack rank the winners and losers, and all along the way we'd be mocking, taunting, and humiliating one another, and we call that team building. All that was perpetuating the barriers and the distinctions and the silos amongst us. So let's get back to the drum and feel the power of one musical ensemble, because no matter what you fancy, whether it's a 4-piece rock and roll band, whether it's hip hop, whether it's a symphony orchestra, Tejano, or we should have been doing this together. Right? Talk about inclusion. It used to be, just move a little bit. We might bring you up here before we're all said and done. See if you got anything that can play, all right? Yeah. Instead of like, there, now he'll speak and we'll play, inclusion says, how can we speak and play and maybe bring it on all together, all right? So, just think on that for a second. We got a few minutes on that one, all right? I think we have a few minutes, all right? So, good. Everybody come together, and let's come back to the drum, all on one beat. Let's get back to that rhythm on 5, okay? Let's breathe, and 1, 2, on the drum. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, and there you go. All right. I told you that rhythm. Just a little teaching, that's all. A little modeling, a little learning, and now you're on the beat without even thinking about the count, right? There you go. If you can't feel this, let us help you. This half of the auditorium. Keep that beat, don't stop. Keep that beat, don't stop. This half right there, don't stop. And there you go. All right. This the room, take your fingertips and drop them on your drum head. And feel kinesthetically the support that you have from everyone in this room. Now, I can't talk about that. It's something we feel. And we can feel it kinesthetically, whether you know it or not. They might be first-year students or last-year students, graduate students. This is the College of Education, all sharing their part in making us one of the best institutions around. And we get recognized by U.S. News World Report as the #1 online education for our graduate program, the National Council of Teachers Quarterly or something like that. They recognize 3 of our programs as the top 20 in the country. You're in a great spot. Welcome to UH, welcome Cougars, all right? So, 1, 2, come back in. Y'all keep playing now. Perfect, your turn. Your turn, don't stop. Your turn and keep the beat. This half of the room, here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. And your fingertips. And feel that beat. Those are your friends, colleagues, classmates. Sharing the love. And we don't even have to say a word. You just feel it. Well done. Jurassic World right here in Houston. Alright, let's come back in. 1, 2, 3, go. Everybody, and try the other hand. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and explore one of your deepest, darkest fears. We're going to have you dance a little bit. Everybody dance a little bit. Not just James and Kayla. They just got the fire going. So, let's keep it going. Everybody, we're going to alternate our hands. One side, I want to see you shake, shimmy, do something. 1, 2, 3, and alternate your hands. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ha, woo. Hey, come on, hey. All right, let's celebrate. Yeah, you got it. Beautiful. There's the dancing part. Now here comes the singing part. Get ready. Yeah, 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 yeah. Are you kidding me? Like a thousand out there. Reach down. Be passionate. Let that fire burn into a bonfire. And let's let it fly. 1, 2, one more time. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 You're playing something no one else is playing. Call that your drum solo. Oh, stop. good. Let's go back to the Grizzly. We'll simplify it. So cute. One more time. Can we stick the landing? Same question. Same answer. They can't get it wrong, right, teachers? And somebody they still do? All right, here we go. We'll save that one for next time. Okay, so I think we just got a few minutes left. I'm not sure I lost track a little bit. We okay for a few more minutes? Okay, just shake out your hand. We'll make sure that we leave you safely here. Rub them together. Give yourself a little hand massage. And stretch it out this way. Get this chopping motion going in front of you, right in front of you. That'll get the blood from your hands back into your arms, into your shoulders, your chest cavity. Everybody chop, everybody chop. Now, we're all in this together, okay? So, as a teacher, as Seven said, it's a tough gig. You have to be a servant. You have to be a servant to others' needs and others' development. You have to fuel the fire in others. So before we send you forward, we want to begin to practice that servant leadership that I know you've gotten into this work for in the first place. So share that servant's heart. If it's okay with the person on your right, you have to ask them first because HR is here. I think we don't want a lawsuit. Take that chopping motion and welcome your colleague, your friend, to the 2016-17 school year. Give it a little stress relief. Just chop it out. Get to know somebody. Chop it out. There you go. If it's okay with them, don't force it. Alright? There you go. Hands up. To the other side. Do unto others. If it's okay with them, ask them first. Ask them first. Chop it out. Chop it out. Good, good, good. Hands up. And back in your lap. There you go. Woo. Turn to the person next to you and say, I didn't know you could do that. Don't I'm not going to get paid any money. Sounded like, you're getting paid for this? We're not. So, we're doing it for the love of you all. Change. Why is it such a big theme? There's another thing we see in here, change as it relates to not just change, we're talking about transformation. And people look at me like, can't I just change a little bit? You want me to transform altogether? Change is hard. Why? For me, it's because when people ask me to change, they're asking me to let go of something. When I let go of something, I'm not in control, especially for us men. We love to be in control and manage and fix everything, you know. We don't have the innate power that the women have, and there's a whole body of work behind that, but that's outside the scope of this gig here. But when I am not in control, I suffer. And that's not something we walk into willingly. Here's some suffering, walk right in. And on the other side, you'll be great. You'll be transformed. I hear you say that, but I don't want to do it. And that's why, fortunately and unfortunately, we contend all human transformation, and you can say change, happens in a space where we're not in control. Those things that are faithful and those things that we deem to perhaps be useless are invariably the things that do something with us. It happens very often in moments of separation. Some of you maybe just left high school and come into college. Some of you maybe left home and you're back. I was sitting next to a young lady there who's gone to California to go to school and is back to Houston. Even as you grow older, we all experience loss, illness, death, divorce, job loss, all these things. And in the rearview mirror, if you stay with that unresolvable tension long enough, that's what we call paradox. And it's not either or, it's both and. If you stay there long enough, it will bring a renewal, a transformation to your existence that will help you to see and learn with new eyes and with new hearts. How you see is what you see, especially in education. When I see a student who's from an SES background that's maybe not like mine, or maybe one that's in a neighborhood which is on a block or is homeless, that we don't maybe necessarily see as successful or as the next president of the United States, wherever it is, then we're going to see that. But we need to be the eyes to see for them, because their parents, their brothers, their sisters didn't go to college, didn't have a career that we have been afforded the opportunity to do. For 13.7 billion years, we've been changing shapes. I do work with Dow Chemical in the Midland, Michigan. Just got back there a few days ago. We're in every level of leadership program that they have, 4 different levels. And the programming changes, whether they're first line supervisors, mid managers, vice president level, or executive level. And they're sharing with me that every atom, which was created in the Big Bang 13.7 billion years ago, still exists today. None of them have gone, have died, or disappeared. They're still the same in essence. They've only changed shapes, transformed. And so your journey of education for yourselves and for others is going to continue to change shapes as you go. And it's going to feel counterintuitive. It's going to feel like a little bit like you've lost your sense of function or practicality. And that's the space where the good stuff happens. The space between the notes and musical speak. Anybody fans of the rock group Rush? Rush, you know, Neil Peart, the drummer, is like probably regarded as one of the most technical, insanely good drummers of his kind today. He takes drum lessons. And you know what they focus on in the drum lesson? Not on when the stick hits the drum head, they focus on what happens in between the stick hitting the drum head. In between that space is where transformation occurs. That's the dance. And we have an opportunity to make that dance a sacred one, a special one that transforms the full bucket of water to a bowl of fire. And we need both of those for our future generations. My future children and your future children all depend on you. So let's come together and work together to deliver change as a group. So this half of the room, just rest with me a second, Bala. This half of the room, I'm going to put down the rhythm. Let's wrap up this way. Let's see. We'll clap and drum and clap and drum and good. Right there. And keep that beat. And there's your leader. This half of the room. Listen to that. Let's go somewhere else with it. Right there. And
Okay. Get this. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Your voice is like an instrumental, classic orchestration. And you serenade my soul with discussing my situation because you seem to understand my accents and dramatics. You know all my scales, yet you embrace my chromatic, whether I'm sharp or flat, you prefer my natural note. Amazing how you could be so sweet, but you never sugarcoat. You make my heartbeat beat 16 notes, cut time, up tempo. When our voices kiss, this instant chemistry, soften then crescendo. You are harmony to my heart, music to my soul. When we talk, you dot my quarter note and make my half note whole. Is it the bass clef of your being, the treble clef in your life? You take me to a place 7 octaves above the staff, and maybe we could be in perfect harmony and learn to play this tune of life and live in the same key, because you are music and your soul is acoustic. I amplify your ambience for affectionate amusement. Sweet queen, what is that ballad that you sing, that I hear your voice in symphonic stereo when I dream surround sound, bound by benevolent flow? And I can't help but feel affection when I peep your audio. You are the high note, the bass line, the melody so sweet, the chorus to the tune of my life that accompanies my heartbeat. You are music, you are my sweet masterpiece.
Thank you to Drum Cafe for that energetic performance. I know everyone in here is going to take that energy forward with you into the fall semester. So once again, thank you. So now we're going to give away some prizes for students who signed in. Here's your chance to win some great prizes. I'm going to start with the first prize, and it's going to go to Alyssa Flores. Yay! Yay! Second prize goes to Amy Liu. Amy? No, Amy? Okay. Second prize goes to Cielo Sanchez. All the way in the top. Congratulations, Cielo. Third prize goes to Fong Wen. I'm going to spell it P-H-U-O-N-G. Win. Come on down. Now this is the grand prize for being one of the first 100 students to sign in, and it goes to Mackenzie Mays. Congratulations, Mackenzie. So I want to take this time to thank you for coming to First Lecture and being a part of it. We hope you have an invigorating school year. I want to say that as you leave, take a bottle of water. It's hot outside. And also there are food trucks on the way to Farish Hall if you want to eat lunch before your afternoon activities. and you are dismissed. So have a great fall semester.